Hello Guardians, Briar Rabbit here with PlanetDestiny. In a new interview posted on IGN, Fran Marabella was able to speak with Deej, the community manager for Destiny. This interview and Deej's responses actually raised as many questions as it answered. Let's get started with our Guardians level. Currently in Destiny, our Guardians can obtain level 34 through a combination of two different systems. The first being normal experience gained through leveling. That maxes out at 20. The second is light level, earned by donning legendary armor that can be upgraded to give you an additional 14 levels of light. These two leveling systems combine to allow our Guardians to reach a max level of 34 currently. Moving forward in the Taken King, this will be changing. The new level cap will be 40, and it will be earned by gaining experience only. No longer will your character's level be tied to the gear he has equipped. Okay, so now back to the interview. When asked what will happen to a character that is currently level 34, Deej had this to say: "You'll take your first step into the Taken King at the level you have attained." This is an interesting response because it doesn't necessarily answer the question. Will our Guardians remain level 34 because that is the maximum light level attained, or be pulled into the Taken King at level 20 because that is the maximum experience levels that our characters have achieved? When IGN rephrased the question by asking about a level 26 Guardian, Deej simply said, "You're good to go," and added, "There's things for you to do, there's missions for you to play, and you're going to start to elevate above level 26 very quickly." Still not specifically answering the question, but one could interpret it to mean that you will stay at level 26 and move forward from there. As we learn more about this, we'll definitely keep you posted. Deej also mentioned that light will not be abandoned in the Taken King, just separated from your level. "Your light is how powerful you are," he said. "It is a combination of your attack rating on your weapons and defense rating on your armor. So it will still have real meaning to how powerful your Guardian is, it just won't be reflected in the level of your Guardian." All players will also receive one boost that can be used on a single Guardian to get it leveled up for day one play. This will mainly be a boon to new players or players wishing to start a new character from scratch. Bungie has not said what level this boost will get your Guardian to, but right now, we suspect level 20. Deej also explained the Dreadnought in more specific terms. It's a fully explorable space that includes the King's Fall raid, not simply an instant zone you land in for a specific mission. This means there's more to do than just patrol bounties. You can engage in a player-instigated public event called the Court of Oryx. A new large area to explore is good news, but only one is a bit of a gamble for Bungie. Hopefully, there are enough hidden secrets and new type of events to keep players interested for the long haul. It's also notable that Luke Smith jumped onto Twitter to clarify that the Court of Oryx is not like the Prison of Elders, but it does pit you against different combinations of bosses in different scenarios. Deej also warned us not to dismantle Year 1 weapons as they will still be viable for current content. The Crucible will still have a level playing field for any weapon, no matter its experience or attack level. Previous missions and instant zones will not be scaled up, so Fatebringer is still the king for anything House of Wolves, The Dark Below, or Vanilla Destiny. Very interesting news from this article, adding to the heap of new information about the Taken King that is flowing out of Bungie right now. Check out PlanetDestiny for recaps of all the news we've seen so far, as well as staying up to date on the latest information as it's released. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You get to the top of the leveling system by playing the game. The things you do, the enemies you kill, the missions you complete, they all earn you experience that contributes to your level. So by playing the game, you reach that level. Your light is how powerful you are. It is a combination of the power, the attack and defense ratings on your weapons and your armor. So there will be certain missions that say recommended light of a certain number. And so you want to equip yourself accordingly.
So light is still important, it sounds like.
Light is still absolutely crucial to your survival. But in terms of how do I reach level 40, again, we're taking a lot of the mystery out of that. Keep playing the game.
So the important question is, I'm at level 34 now.
Yeah.
What happens when, we make this changeover? Do you kind of get, permanently fixed at 34 because I've completed all the stuff in, up through House of Wolves? How does that work?
You'll take your first step into the Taken King at the level that you've attained, and then there's new things for you to do to reach new and higher levels.
So if I'm at level 26 right now and I boot up Taken King, am I locked at 26?
You're good to go. You're good to go, but there's things for you to do, there's missions for you to play, and you're going to start to elevate above level 26 very quickly. Now here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Let's say you're level 12, which I know you're not.
Yeah. One of my characters, maybe. No.
So that character, you can benefit from a new consumable that we're giving to every single player of the Taken King. Every single player gets a boost consumable. So if you're brand new to Destiny, your friends finally talk to you into playing Destiny,
yeah.
You're stepping onto the battlefield at the beginning of year 2, you have your boost consumable, you apply it to a Guardian that you create, your Guardian is instantly poised at the starting line for the Taken King and ready to fight.
At level 34? With this consumable?
At the appropriate level to begin the adventure.
Which you're not talking about.
Which I'm not talking
yet.
about. And in fact, I think they're even refining these things, so I'm going to give them the room they need to make those final decisions.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of what you were saying too, is like, because depending on the gear you're wearing, you're not at a particular level. It sounds like you're still figuring out how you started a certain level.
It's just, like what's your weight class? How hard are you going to punch?
That's fair.
And
well,
then,
I'm a 34.
For me, I'm a warlock.
Yep, same.
Okay, so have you ever rolled a Titan? You ever rolled a Hunter?
Yeah, no, I'm actually waiting. I have 2 Warlocks, and the Titan I was going to do for House of Wolves.
So I'm kind of coveting this new Solar Titan. I look at that armor inspired by, the Sunbreaker. The armor's badass, the Hammer of Soul, just like throwing flaming hammer bombs at people.
It's hard to not be incentivized to start a Titan.
It looks pretty cool. So with the boost consumable, I can start my Titan, and I'm good to go. I don't have to do Eyes Up Guardian. I don't have to go through the year 1 content. I've played that stuff for a year. I'm ready to jump into the Taken King, and I love to do it as a Titan. So that boost consumable is good for veteran Guardians and brand new additions to the community.
Okay. And how is that consumable cheap? Like, how do you get it?
It's going to be available to you in the tower.
Oh, okay. So you sort of go and grab it. It's that easy. It's not something special.
Easy. Yep.
You guys are taking some of the thinking out of Destiny. I think I like that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna let you spend your thinking on how do you solve these puzzles? How do you work with your friends? How do you overcome these obstacles? How do you finish these new missions? There's still a lot of riddles and mysteries. Like when you're patrolling the Dreadnought and you're experiencing these new bounties and these new activities, you're going to discover resources that will help you unlock other rewards. And it's not going to be instantly obvious to you as to how that works. So what we're doing is we're letting you focus your mind on the fun things, the fun mysteries to solve. Mysteries involving the story, mysteries involving, plundering this spacefaring fortress of treasures. What we're not making you solve the riddles of are, how do I reach level 34? Just keep playing that raid. Oh, I played the raid and I'm not level 34.
Yeah.
Just keep playing that raid.
Yeah, I mean, some of the original fans, I think, liked some of that challenge, but I also think just there's so much content now in the game that, taking some of that complexity out is really, a smart move.
We've said on numerous occasions that one of the things we learned from the first year of Destiny is we want to be more respectful of the player's time, and we want to reward the player's time. If you're playing the game and you're having fun, you should have something to show for it. And the Taken King has a lot of more specific pathways that lead to those things.
That's great. I'm going to hold you guys to that one, because that's one of my big things is that I love playing, and I never want to feel like I spent 6 hours and it didn't turn out good because the role didn't turn out.
Sure.
So I'm really looking forward to Taken King and all that it has in it, and hopefully that's kind of how it pans out. So one of the other really big important questions, what's coming on this one. Fatebringer is a legendary weapon from year 1. You have said that year 1 weapons will not be upgradable against the new weapons. And would love to hear if there's a little bit of why is that? Why is the new set of weapons so important? But also, what does that mean if I love my Fatebringer? It's going to be a very hard mode, maybe? If you love
your Fatebringer, there are still a lot of great places you can use it. Normalized Crucible, where power is on an equal playing field, your Fatebringer is still going to be a force to be reckoned with. And these Year 2 Guardians who use their boost consumable are going to say, where'd you get that? It's like, let me tell you where I got my Fatebringer. So, there are still patrols where it's going to be relevant. Obviously, the Crucible. Obviously, when you go back and you play the old raids, it's time to, dust off that vision of Confluence.
Yes.
Somebody says, yeah, I started playing Destiny, just this past September, and everybody tells me the Vault of Glass is amazing. It's like, let me dust off this vision of Confluence and let me talk to you about the oracles.
Yes.
So there's always the perfect tool for any job in Destiny. So those Year 1 weapons are absolutely going to be relevant. Don't dismantle them. There's still going to be a time when you need to use them. In the Taken King, we are delivering to the tower the largest arsenal that this game has ever seen. That includes Destiny Year 1. New weapons, new foundries of weapons. Haka, Omelan, Soros. You've seen these Haka crates in the tower. Since the game launched. We're going to open them. These near future militaristic auto rifles, ton of fun to use. Omelan weapons with, scientific experimental energies coming into play. Soros, the elegant designers behind the regime. Customizable, upgradable, different optics, different talents. That's the Destiny experience. I have a new gun that I'm upgrading and it's awesome. I have a new shotgun that changes the way I fight. I have a new sniper rifle that kills enemies in new and surprising ways. It's the act of discovery and becoming that makes being a Guardian interesting, and we're leading people down that path again because there are new enemies to fight, more powerful foes. When you see Oryx, it's going to make Crota seem like a distant memory of a fonder time. You're going to need more powerful weapons to meet these rising threats, and that's the experience that we wanted to give people in Year 2.